Now, let's talk about patience. Are you a patient person? Well, most of the time. I mean, I've grown from experience. Throwing a tantrum can certainly be satisfying, but it often gets me nowhere. So I've kind of learned to fend myself in. Do you think that you're more patient now than when you were younger? Sure. When I was younger, I always had a tic. If anything went sideways, I'd just lose it to the point that my parents always had to walk on eggshells around me. It was exhausting for me as well. Thank goodness I've grown out of it. Can you explain why some people are not very patient? I guess they have just had a really bad day. I mean, I can't wrap my head around the concept of being calm and collected all the time. If you're already at the end of your tether, it's hard for you not to go off. And sometimes being impatient can actually motivate other people, especially those lazy colleagues or friends, to get on with it. Now let's talk about learning. What can children learn from their parents? A variety of things. The most important one is probably to manage their emotions. Parenting is a tough job, but if done right, it can work miracles. I think that most kids naturally mimic their parents. So, for instance, if mom and dad are emotionally expressive, but also show restraints, their kids will definitely pick up on that trait. They will learn, gradually, to pull themselves together. Well then, let's move on and talk about leisure. Do women have more leisure than men? Honestly, I have no clue where this idea of women having it easier than men came from. Maybe it's just me, but most female figures in my life work so hard and make it look so easy. They honestly don't get enough props for their efforts. I mean, if I were working as hard as they are, I give myself a medal, perhaps one encrusted with diamonds. I mean, it must be so cathartic for them to vent with their friends after spending hours laboring away, pleasing everybody, and still taken for granted.